What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Unspecified Podcast and Review. Late stream.
That's right.
Late stream, but we got a lot to talk about. Unbroken, what is up? Draper1, what's up, man? Good to see you guys. I apologize about the late stream.
Yes.
We're working on a lot of projects around
Yep.
our little mini homestead.
That's right. That's right.
But, yeah, so I suppose we're just going to get right into it here.
Oh, wait, before we get too far into it.
Nan.
Yeah.
I
Whether
want
you're
to
watching live or repeat.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Nan.
Thank you so much, Nan. We love you. Extra bro fist.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely.
All right. Getting into it.
Play with fire and you will get burned. China Xi's fierce warning to Biden on Taiwan in 2-hour call as tensions reach boiling point, and White House braces for potential military response to Nancy Pelosi's trip.
Which I've heard she's been advised is not a good idea, but...
Yeah. Clash of the Titans. China and U.S. deploy naval strike groups as Taiwan holds massive military drills amid war fears. Dopey Doo, Lala HK, what's up, guys? Good evening, what's up?
Wow.
Yeah, so just checking out Taiwan doing a little show of force,
Okay.
you know, as China and the U.S. deploy naval strike groups, and Nancy, good old Nancy, decides we're going to go ahead and go.
Right.
You know, because if you want to be up there with the big dogs, you know, the president, the vice president, and then it's her. So, like, she has to earn her stripes. Or, I don't know if it's your stripes, but you gotta, you know. This is like her street cred.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Amber, what's up?
Gosh, does anyone else get Normandy? I don't want to say flashbacks because it wasn't obviously there, but is this not reminiscent of Normandy? And then also, hold the phone. Can I also point out that first ship we saw was 233, and then that other ship over there had 33 in it. I'm just saying there's a lot of strategic, or specifically picked numbers. It seems like. That are being recorded at this time. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that not Pacific Rim, Rim of the Pacific.
That's right.
Is still going on until early August, if I'm not mistaken. So
118 today and worked 10 hours.
Oh
my goodness.
My gosh, Amber.
Gracious. Yes, China told.
Amber, I'm praying for you. How you feeling?
Yeah. China told Nice cancel your trip and go back to insider trade. Ooh. Yeah, that, Taiwan companies for Pelosi to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the other thing is it's like, it's either investor opportunities because they've got a lot, because she did a lot with the microchips or whatever in the trading.
Right.
And Taiwan just so happens to have a lot of tech. You know what I mean?
Right.
The computer that you guys are being streamed through come from Taiwan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the truth. But
what's Ashley Judd doing in the news?
Look
anyway.
here. Look here.
No
Have you seen this?
Way.
All right, let me make sure this isn't too loud. Dad got Tesco Club card tattooed on his forearm because he kept forgetting it.
That's unacceptable. We gotta draw the line. We gotta do better, guys. Gotta do better.
Tattooing the club card on Dean's wrist because he's so forgetful. He forgets to take it to a shop with him.
Do you see this madness?
I know there's a air of trendy and coolness to it, but first of all, from a practical standpoint,
I understand, but that's how they get you.
Exactly.
Through convenience.
Yep.
Or they try to make you want it, or like, the enemy does that in so many. I mean, this is just
yeah, absolutely. And this is just another way to brand yourself. This is a marking, so yeah, it seems edgy and cool. But what happens when your skin starts to sag and you can't barcode anymore? And then also, I don't know. I just think that this is unfortunate because this is going to normalize something. This is a step towards normalizing something that is just, if you really look at it, at the big picture, it's terrible. Anyway, go ahead.
Scan the questions. The question is it going to work?
Oh, wow.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Don't forget to scan or tap your club card.
How do I? No, I don't think you will, mate. Oh, no. How do you do it? No, I don't think it does. It don't work, mate.
It don't work.
Oh, get that going. Doesn't work.
Whew.
That's right.
Yes, it actually works.
You see what I'm saying? Okay. I mean, thank goodness that worked. But I mean, dude, this is
To a gas station?
so.
I'm
If you
not
can see the
mistaken.
writing on the walls, a lot of you guys intellectually can totally see what's coming down the pike. And there's likely going to be a new system that's going to be implemented, and a lot of people aren't going to want to play along with this new system.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can clearly see it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
This just screams, Kathy, don't go to the supermarket.
That's right. Kathy, don't go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all
that's
ever
right.
seen that?
Of course, we showed it on the show.
Well,
I shouldn't say of course.
a lot of folks may have seen
Right. Ah!
it. Can't have recession if you change the definition.
That's right. Now you're thinking like the White House.
Gas went down 65 cents after going up $3.
That's right. Me driving in silence after I almost just got in a car wreck. That would have been my fault.
Government has failed you. I've been in government for 49 years.
You might not remember, but Winnie the Pooh kept a strap at all times. That's
All times.
hilarious.
Yep. Stay strapped or get clapped. Epstein. The economy didn't kill itself. That's the new one. That's the new one. Food, electricity, gas, used cars, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, food shortages, vanishing 401ks. Best economic recovery ever. Clown. Clown.
Wait.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love the Joan talks.
Now, who is this lady? I don't know.
That's Ashley Judd.
I don't know who. Oh, yeah, that's the one that said, I'm a nasty
Yeah.
woman."
She also
Yeah.
broke her leg in the Congo.
Play with fire and you will get burned. That's what Xi said. So President Joe Biden spoke with Chinese President Xi Jinping Thursday morning amid rising tensions with Taiwan. Xi said during the 2-hour call, according to Chinese state media, those who play with fire will get burnt. Hope the U.S. side can see this clearly. Oh, Lord.
Oy.
Yeah. And also,
call
we
is
have
the-
news about, North Korea as well.
Right.
And North Korean nukes specifically, that they're wanting and ready to mobilize.
Chinese press reports that Taiwan will bear the wrath of Beijing should House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to the island go forward.
What do you guys think, man?
They've basically, so you go to Taiwan and it's going to be war.
Will this be a tipping point for, Nancy actually, will it go hot?
Right.
No,
Is
of
she
course I
gonna-
don't think it will. I don't think it will. But they say it's getting serious, that they're planning a way to defend her.
Wow.
J-Tree, what's up, bro? All right. When your BS is called out.
If things are going so great, though, then why is it the White House officials are trying to redefine recession.
No, we're not redefining recession.
If we all understand a recession to be 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth in a row, and then you have White House officials come up here to say, no, that's not what a recession is. It's something else. How is that not redefining recession?
Because that's not the definition. That is not the definition.
Brian Deese said in 2008, of course, economists have a technical definition, which is of a recession, which is 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth.
I can tell you this.
Yesterday he said 2 negative quarters of GDP growth is not the technical definition of a recession.
It is not. It is not.
Why did he say that?
It is not. I can speak to what he said yesterday in front of all of you, which is the last thing that you just repeated. There are many factors. Economic factors and indicators to consider, and I will say that the textbook definition of recession is not 2 negative quarters of GDP.
But it was.
What is a recession? A recession is a significant, widespread, and prolonged downturn in economic activity. Because recessions often last 6 months or more, one popular rule of thumb is that 2 consecutive quarters of decline in a country's gross domestic product constitute a recession.
Boom. Roasted.
2 consecutive quarters.
Do you remember that one, like when it first show me where it says that this is okay, and that one dude's like eating the ramen, he's like, it's right there, you just gotta read.
That's
and
right, I remember that dude. That was hilarious. Yeah.
That's what this makes me think of.
Peaceful. FaZe, what's up, man? Okay, so defund the police. We can police our own communities. Policed his community. No! Yeah.
I think I nailed it.
Hey, man, nice shot. I bet that's probably...
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway, switching gears.
Aged like vinegar.
Devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful. Colossians 4:2. I'm going through some stuff that lifted me up. Praying for you guys out there. Times are hard, okay? So for those of you who don't believe, I'm just going to read this real quick, okay? Isaiah 41, for I, the Lord your God, hold your right hand. It is I who say to you, fear not. I am the one who helps you.
Amen.
2 Samuel 22, this God is my strong refuge and has made my way blameless.
That's right. That's right.
Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are struggling with anxiety these days.
Proverbs. Yeah.
That's right.
That's right. A lot of anxiety. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his presence continually.
Amen.
It's like a mindset change. You got to constantly, in everything.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't got to be alone in anything.
Yep. Both riches and honor.
Riches and honor come from you, and you rule over all. In your hand are power and might, and in your hand is it to make great, to give strength to all. Last one. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you, along with all malice. Ephesians.
That's a really important one for right now.
Especially in these times.
Yep, that's...
You know what I mean? Because times are hard right now, and just, smiling, helping someone, you know what I mean? Opening the door for someone, being nice.
That's right.
But
I mean, if you just look at the road,
when did kindness be so revolutionary?
Mm-hmm.
Why does kindness seem so revolutionary?
Right. It shouldn't seem like the odd thing out.
That's right. It's a good song. Anyway, moving on. Okay. Protesters try to arrest drag queen Samuel. Okay, that's an odd name. Sorry. Protesters try to arrest drag queen Samuel. A drag queen story hour for children descended into chaos after it was targeted by protesters. Demonstrators tried to perform a citizen's arrest on Samuel, 27, a drag performer with the stage name Ada HD. Organizers had to reschedule the event at Henley's Library in Bristol. Sorry, is this in Australia or UK?
Yes.
UK. Police were called to avoid a clash between the protesters, who held signs saying, "Leave kids alone and stop sexualizing our children," and another group who supported inclusive teaching. Samuel, who is touring as part of a Drag Queen Story Hour UK, visited 2 other libraries yesterday. All right, so this dude's going on tour.
Right, going
Okay.
around.
He had been targeted by protesters earlier in the week at an event in Reading. Many of the protesters are known for attending demonstrations outside the Wuhan Wiggle vaccine centers. Others represent right-wing groups, which this just sounds like a smear.
Yep.
Let's see.
Samuel said it was unfortunate the event had to be postponed, but he would be back. Is that a threat? It wasn't a riot, but it wasn't very nice, he said. It's so wrong, so homophobic, and so 1980s, it's ridiculous. The drag performer said that he recognized some of the protesters from Reading. I genuinely believe these people are victims of a misinformation campaign. They need to be given the correct information since they distrust the core of society. I feel a bit bad for them. I pity them. Well,
Protesters are opposing the Drag Queen Story Hour UK tour by its director, Sab Samuel, a.k.a. Ada HD, I guess.
oh,
Shout out to Islington Libraries with an all-gender toilet. This is the dude.
right.
Okay. Ada HD, I guess this is another thing for it. You've gone quiet, hun. Don't worry. I found your email, actual photo, address, where you went to uni, your husband's name, and place of work online. I'll be sure to let them know and send them these screenshots, which that's coming from the Mrs. Drags Ada Sam.
Is it this? Well, I don't know.
Well,
But
yeah, that's what they're saying to
that's-
someone. That
gotcha.
just shows you the venomous kind of,
Right, yeah.
I'll dox you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that has no power over me. Okay, do whatever you got to do, and whatever, when you're done telling the world about me, okay, I'll deal with whoever's going to show up on my front porch.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
right.
you can't scare me with all that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I just don't know. Okay, so I saw this, and so let's get into the next crazy one. Okay. Sneaky parents dress son up as a girl on first day of school so teachers will show him how to be a boy. Portland, Oregon. Local parents Cindy and Bob have devised a clever plan to protect their son from gender indoctrination at school. During the first week, they are dressing up their 7-year-old son as a girl so that teachers will encourage him to challenge gender stereotypes and act like a boy. You got to play 4D chess with these teachers, said Mr. Connors. I'm hoping this trick will ensure our son is still a son at the end of the school year.
Right.
Ooh.
So obviously this is from the Babylon Bee, but making fun of the fact that trying to strategize around getting your child to stay the same gender. Hilarious.
Sources say
Preposterous.
thousands of parents around the country are employing tricks to protect their impressionable youngsters from gender indoctrination and grooming, including cross-dressing their kids, attaching microphones to listen into student-teachers' conversations, and even homeschooling. Sending kids to school these days is like throwing chum to a frenzy of hungry sharks, said Mrs. Connor. They don't even learn math and reading anymore. Now that I think about it, why are we even still doing this school thing? I forget. At publishing time, the boy's teacher, who thought he was a girl, groomed him back to being a boy. Unfortunately, the boy now identifies as Two-Spirit. Oh, what the... In a collaboration with the Babylon Bee, Professor Corby Stevens lists... Okay, I'm sorry. That was the end of it. So I guess they're leaving it here like Two-Spirit.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Right.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Hold on. Lala says they have a trans Barbie that just came, quote unquote, out. What? We'll have to look that up and perhaps do a show on it.
Deuteronomy 22:5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
That's right.
Which is the truth. And that's why they absolutely, if you just go look between the lines, go read anywhere with, Drudge Report or Breitbart, clearly there's an attack on Christianity.
Well, there's an attack on shame, and shame is
And
very...
look, straight up, though, just to come at this from, the Lord's not telling you that you can or can't do something. It is going to be better for you
Right.
if you listen to what he wants, because he created us and he's got the best, he's got the best systems.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I would, let's just say, a gift from him can't be taken away. I prefer his gifts.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree.
But you take that and apply it. But, I mean, I don't know. Some folks just don't like being told what to do.
Well,
I don't know.
Because mine doesn't come from a place of hate. Like, I love everybody. It's a good time, But if the Lord tells you, hey, anybody who's doing this activity is an abomination, well, you might stay away from that activity. If there was a sermon in there or a segment that said, if having bonfires is an abomination, you would take heed to that. And so, but
that's right.
But he tells us to love everyone and just try to show.
That's right. Christ covers all sins.
That's
so
right.
You don't even, as soon as you turn to Christ, it's like everything that you've done is as far as the east is from the west.
That's right.
He no longer looks at what you've done because he
That's right.
applies his Son over you.
Yep.
That's why you got to believe on the Son. That's the only way to the Father.
And this has been the whole drag thing has been so. I mean, if you look back, look at Drew Carey. I used to love the Drew Carey show. First off, Mimi was a whole thing in and of herself. She looked drag, even though she was supposed to, I believe, a biological woman, but she married a man Drew Carey's brother, who was drag or trans. I can't remember quite, but anyway, there were shows just all along the way, normalizing it. Heck, look at Zelensky. He's got a video.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was actually surprised because he just did this picture with his wife.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I was like, wait, I thought I just saw a video of this dude in heels and dancing around with women. But look, what the deal is here, it's like, I know that this seems like very strong wording, and it's simply because you've already gone through the birthing process. He chose your gender.
Yep.
You see that?
Yep.
You see? There are certain things that we are born with that we can't.
Right.
That was kind of that is chosen for us. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
Because he says that even before you were in the womb, he knew you.
Right.
Okay. And that goes for whether you want to believe he exists now or not.
God
even before you were in the womb, he knew you.
Yep.
He chose your gender. He didn't make a mistake.
That's
and because of a wound or hurt or a pain, someone can be, especially what they look at popular culture, look at all these different people, as even teachers trying to convince you to think about maybe going that way, whereas you should be protected from all of these, all of this you should be shielded from. You know what I mean? No thinking about sexuality, showing all this stuff. Because there's a time and a place, and if they're not mature enough, you shouldn't be going into that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Clearly, we all know that.
Because here's the problem: some kids are just fascinated. Some kids go through a phase where if you say the sky is green, they're going to tell you it's red. The sky is green, LOL. If you say the grass is green, they're going to tell you it's red. And so, why introducing kids to it at, such young ages, to give it so much
causing
power,
long-term effects. You're seeing, look, I'm sorry, this is going to sound really MK Ultra, but we were just talking about this, a lot of the, it's going to sound crazy, but, they're pushing,
but
old school tactics are now. Look at your popular culture. Look at your mainstream. Look at the streets of your main cities.
Yep.
Okay, between the crime, the homelessness,
Yep.
the filth that's going on, what they're pushing in the schools. Yep. There is a very clear agenda, and it's being pushed hard.
That's right.
I think we're going to see a massive power shift, and if we don't, buckle up.
Right.
Buckle up.
But this
buckle up either way, because they're not going to. This isn't. They are going.
Right.
Look. Because it's going to be sweeping, overturning.
I personally think the root of it is, sin, but then
That's right.
to wounds.
And when we say sin, we don't mean not following God's rules. No. Understand the definition. Sin is death. Okay? So like if you're doing one of these 7 deadly sins that we talk about, because they've got names: lust, greed, gluttony, pride. We didn't create nothing. God created all this. He deserves pride. We mess up a lot. So we call it sin, but it kills your relationships between your loved ones. Literally,
But I feel like, and this is going to sound cheesy, but I feel like love is the way to guide people back to Christ. But at the same time, that love has to come from, you have to find a mutual point of understanding so that you can build, respect and a foundation of a relationship off of that.
Common ground.
Yeah. And I feel like because you can't go your way is wrong. Nobody's
and
gonna
it should
turn.
be fair. It should be fair,
right?
So that it's like a respectful. You don't want to be outnumbered either side,
right? Because how many people are living, together with somebody that they're not married to, or you know what I mean? And one sin is as great as the next. But I feel like love is the way that you're gonna, because ultimately, in my opinion, these come from wounds. They come from sin. They come from, and they
hurt people.
Exactly. And a combination of chemicals that you've been literally fed your entire life, and then societal norms and agendas that get pushed. Of course, it's a perfect combination for people to be confused. That's why I'm saying keep it away from my kid as long as possible, because I don't want the confusion. My God is not a God of confusion.
Yeah, and these days now, my parents were trying to work so hard that they couldn't teach me anything or spend any time with me. That's not to say anything against them.
Right.
But my parents' generation was trying to give my generation something they never had.
Yep.
They were trying to do better than they ever had.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
And so now, me and my generation, especially those with eyes to see, ears to hear, those who know the truth and are awake to these agendas and schemes that's going on, they're just trying to give their kids some of the normalcy they had.
Right. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they have been hard at work, and it has been. I mean,
absolutely.
And we got to be praying against we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits and principalities, rulers of darkness in high places.
That's right.
Wicked, and so that's who we got to be praying against.
So we got to be good examples. We got to be a light in the darkness. You know what I mean? Like, we got to be try to be the best examples.
Make
that
that phone call,
because people need to see that so that they don't have a bad image of, that's me, I'm sorry, so that they don't have a bad image of Christians, or get that, shame is an important tool. I truly feel that, but you have to have love in order to use shame. You know what I mean? So you have to, it's got to be that compliment sandwich.
That's right, but what you're talking about, shame, a good friend, and y'all I'm sure have heard this, is a really good friend is going to be like, man, I think maybe you're doing this too much, brother. I think maybe you need to stop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm only saying that because I love you. Sometimes truth hurts.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a double-edged sword. It's very sharp.
That's right.
And it can cut. It can cut deep. You might say something extremely truthful, and someone may never talk to you again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. And I'm talking about loved ones. So.
Anyway.
Anywho.
We diverted. Sorry about that. Anyway, if you know somebody struggling, pray for them.
Yeah. You got to work on
them.
relationships with your own family and your loved ones. You know what I mean? Be the bigger person.
Yep.
Forgive as God forgave you. You know what I mean? You got to treat everybody exactly how you want to be treated. You know what I mean? I want forgiveness.
That's
right. You know what I mean? I want love. You know what I mean? I want acceptance. That means we got to accept. That means we got to love. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Be excellent to one another.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even on the road.
Even on the road. Okay? Those those windshields have this excellent ability of making us feel like we're in our own personal bubble.
Uh-huh.
And the law in my state goes so far as to call it an extension of my home.
Right.
Okay?
But it makes you feel like
But
you're
you are not in your
Right,
own bubble.
that's right,
You
that's
are
right.
within millimeters of sheet metal, plastic, glue, and glass. Okay? All right? We right here. We outside.
Yep.
If you out on the road, guys, have a heart.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And you know, something I'd like to start doing is carrying water, so that if I see a bum or something, or someone who's maybe, especially in these times, you're seeing it more and more, homeless,
Right.
to at least be able to offer folks water, because
That's
that's
right.
being about your Father's business.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And not for my own glory. You know what I mean? Not for pictures, not for TikTok, you know, not to show folks, not to virtue signal.
Yep.
I'm just trying to spread the idea.
That's right. Hold on, I gotta read Kelly. What's up, Ashes? Kelly says, I watched the opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Games last night. Okay, first of all, that name alone is a little, I don't know, dystopic. I don't know what that is. What are the Commonwealth Games? Can you look that up? Are we like in a super hurry or anything? Can we look that up?
Control C.
Stand by. It makes me feel like Hunger Games, of course. What? Alright, let's see. What we got here?
Oh my
Prince
goodness
Charles.
gracious.
Oh, okay. Was this the, like...
All 72 national anthems for the medal ceremonies for these games, just in case.
Because we were boycotting the Olympics?
And right in the centre there is a Land Rover with the registration plate HRHPP. Yes, the late Duke of Edinburgh used Land Rovers throughout his life. And who's this arriving?
The Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall here to represent Her Majesty the Queen tonight. Now this car was bought by Prince Charles in 1970. It is his old favourite Aston Martin, which has been converted from traditional fuel, was converted to ethanol, now runs. I have to say quickly, it does now run on a combination, a byproduct of wine manufacture and the fermentation of whey from making cheese.
That is a win-win.
He left for Diana for her. Anyway.
He left her?
Well, there's a lot more to it. But, hey, here's some interesting stuff.
Duran Duran.
It's time for the grand finale.
Sometimes I look at her hair and I wonder if he regrets it, you know?
A Brummie quartet who've sold over 100 million albums over the last 40 years.
Ooh.
Simon Le Bon, Nick Rhodes, John Taylor, Roger Taylor have provided the soundtrack to many of our lives. I think it's fair to say... It looks like a city on top. Like, it looks like a city in the sky right there. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to keep watching this, can we?
Duran have been one of the biggest bands on planet Earth.
Oh, look at that!
What?
Wow!
What?
Well.
Okay. Wow, so it looks like, I'm just saying,
That looks
behind
like a
him
Colosseum.
looks like the Tower of Babylon.
Oh, okay.
And the bull is Baal.
I was thinking Gladiator, like the Colosseum, but you're right.
Probably can't let that play for very long.
Doves, look at the doves.
Actually, I'm not sure if it's a live performance. All right, so, I mean, look at that.
What? Hold on, pause this. What is this? Is that looks like some Renaissance?
Yeah,
is that
I mean,
Joan
it
of
could
Arc?
be Joan of Arc, could be, you know, it looks very Joan of Arc-ish.
Okay.
Or I'm sure you guys would know.
With a pink blazer.
Kelly, thank you so much for saying that in the chat. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no joke. Sorry, we're just adding this. Ooh, the green.
Yeah, the green. Singing to this bull. I mean, look at that. Look at this. So you got your pillars of light. You got this ring of light, and then, oh man, this is insanity.
Jade tree.
Whoa, with the, like, it's like a globe breaking apart. I don't know what I just did. See?
Yeah.
Up at the top?
Wow.
Why does your globe look like Earth exploding? I didn't do that. The dove?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm super
That looked like
digging
a signal,
the 90s
a signal
vibe.
being sent out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say this: if
Look
this
at the
is
bull.
like tit for tat compared to the bull, like it's crazy. If this is tit for tat compared to Olympics, like they definitely opening ceremony is better. Like the Olympics opening ceremony sucked. Okay, anyway. Duran Duran. Why do we make fun of them? What happened to them? What do they
that's
do?
an excellent suggestion, J Love. The lyrics would probably be great to, you know, what is he singing about?
No clue. He doesn't look excited about it at all. He looks like he's just still upset about this blazer, perhaps. I don't know.
I don't even know the name of that song.
I don't either.
I said J Tree. That's right. A super spreader.
Oh. They're like, we are not worried about a blue hand wiggle. Careful for monkeypox there, guys. Oh, look at that. There was like a
Can you hear me now? Losing it on planet Earth. Can you hear me now?
weird. Okay, Kelly says the bull got dragged out by a bunch of women that then turned around and bound down to it.
Really?
Weird. The song is called Planet Earth. Okay, shocker. Look at these outfits behind. Is that a dragon? There's a cat. What are these weird outfits? They're like one-piece uniforms with like an animal on them. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. I saw that with a dragon.
JJ's like,
So
great work, team.
if
Time to dig.
Look, there's the planet Earth in the background. If this is them trying to make a so real quick. Okay, let's just look at this. Maybe it's me. Because like if that's a mock Tower of Babel, which clearly that's not a mock bull, right?
Right.
You know, that's straight up a bull.
Whoa.
I don't know. Try to kind of look at the windows. You know, you see.
Yeah, I see. I see what you're. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And then
What in the? I'm still. That shirt is important. Okay.
Right.
Not quite as good as that Captain Planet song. Captain Planet,
So
he's a hero.
with the Tower of Babel, and look, this one's all lit up, which is illuminated, which is close to the word Illuminati. You know what I mean? But the Tower of Babel, they were trying to basically go to heaven by building a tower there.
That's right.
And the entire Earth was
of one tongue.
Came together and worked together to do that, and then I believe the verse says that
Ooh, Tyrannicide says, similar to King Nimrod, who built the Tower of Babel, Elon Musk is attempting to bridge humanity to the heavens, i.e., terraforming Mars. Hey, there you go. That's a great comment.
Didn't they just find rover tracks on Mars?
Yeah, that's right. They found tire tracks by some black bubble that caused it.
Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the languages of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. But I wanted to see where it said that when men work together, that they can do.
Yeah,
basically.
hold on. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them,
right,
which they have imagined to do.
They can do anything they can imagine.
Right.
Because at this point, men had all started to work together, and it just so happened to be, throwing their children into the fire of Baal.
Right.
Okay. And so if that's what's if that represents
Why is
the Tower
bull,
of Babel.
Like, it's still weird. So this bull is just hanging out watching this
show.
90s like looking, 50s looking. Oi. Okay, let's continue.
They also displayed the flags and names of the participating countries on the tower.
Okay. Oh, look at those glasses. Can't go wrong.
Mm-mm. And there's your portal.
There's a vortexy,
portal type thing.
Yeah. Okay, the girls back here with the outfits. It's so allegiance.
So there's the fires. There's the fires.
No way. No. Wait. Did it say
what did it
no
say?
fights?
We come together.
Yeah, no, go back. It said no
way to fight it. No way to fight it. And in the Bible it says that in those days they'll look at the beast and they'll say, who can make war with it?
Right.
In Revelations.
I think they were, we come together.
We come together tonight united.
Ooh.
So if this is a Tower of Babel
this
per se.
This happened last night.
See you and tonight. You and tonight. No way to fight it. Come together. That's some subliminal
What
type.
is that? Hold on, stop. What's this thing back here, down here at the bottom with the head? Yeah.
That thing?
Yeah.
Just a person shimmying.
Okay. Well, cool. Shimmy, shimmy.
Just some decorative person.
Don't think just because you can slap the bass.
Slap the bass, man.
That I don't see your agenda.
Okay. It's clear, man.
And where'd your glasses go? Decide what you're doing.
Whoa, the arena they are in used to be a bull ring.
That's not enough of a reason to have a bull.
Alright, so here's your giant bull right here. Here's your Muck. Okay, look at the rings around it. Okay, like there's a separation or a gulf separating.
Yep.
They're over here saying this is planet Earth, and this is inside of another ring itself, its own bull ring.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is symbolic. You know what I mean?
It looks like a circus from up here. You know, like Ringling Brothers.
I hope somebody's picking up what I'm putting down. I think this is some portal type stuff. I don't know.
Okay. No, I wasn't picking
They're
that
like
up,
yelling and stating that this is planet Earth. And
yeah.
And there's the fire. Did you see the fire? Okay. So like that is whether you want to. I mean, you could. I mean, I'm just saying that they sacrificed their children to the fire. And there's the bull. Anyway, I guess I'll get off that.
No, wait. Go to the end. I want to see the women. Those are probably the women there. See the girl there with the donkey and. Oh yeah, classic. Oh my gosh, I love this song.
Twisted Tats, what is up, brother?
Duran, it's all coming back to me now. I get it. Oh my gosh, I love this song. Okay.
I hope your family's doing well, Twisted. Been praying for you, man.
Yep.
Hope everything's going good with the family. They made room for the invisible ones. Ooh.
That's right. Hold on. Fast forward. Do-do-do. Okay, don't get crazy. Do-do-do-do.
Wow. Y'all, look at where y'all see this? I mean, it's just...
That is...
I get caught up in watching them. I'm trying to get to if they pull the bull out. My daughter is finally home now. A long road to recovery. Praise the Lord,
Amen.
dude. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Praise the Lord. Brofist, dude.
Literally, we've been thinking about you.
I mean, guys, I don't mean to sound gross here, but with the fireworks coming out of a tower could be phallic or whatever.
There were, like, the screens, you could have said there were, I don't want to, spermy looking, things in the screen, but I don't, whether that was intentional or not, I don't know. For a second.
Yeah, Kelly's like, it was really weird, and she's like, I knew you'd get a kick out of it.
Okay.
This is blatantly in your face. I mean, it doesn't get much more. I mean, there's like light bursting out of the chest of the bull right now. Like this is some ritual ceremony happening. Look at it. It's like bursting out of the chest. Do you see that? Or am I'm not crazy. Look at the light. It's like, look, hold on.
Okay, so does it end up like looking at the tower eventually? Probably.
Look at the light. Where we were. Okay. Some kind of ritual going on here, dude. Okay. Sorry about that. Boom. All right. What's happening? There we go. Again, it's another shot where... See?
Oh, I wish you could go back. That's okay.
Any hoozle. Moving on. Is that okay?
Yes, sorry. That was unexpected, but very awesome. Thank you, Kelly. That was awesome.
Washington, D.C. at tipping point as migrants arrive from border. Okay. Muriel Bowser called the arrival of some 4,800 migrants from the southern border humanitarian crisis that had brought her city to a tipping point. Really? Just 4,800 people? I mean, goodness gracious.
I bet it's more than that.
Unspecified B. What is up? Good to see you.
That doesn't seem like very many, I'll be honest. But
report cartels making $13 billion a year from smuggling migrants into U.S.
Very lucrative.
Very lucrative indeed. Very lucrative. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Have you guys heard the reports of the Americans that have been moving to Mexico?
Only from you.
Well, Pinball, he was reading about it. You got to go check out what he said about it. And they don't like it, apparently.
Yeah, well.
The locals are like, you're making everything more expensive. You don't come down here and speak the language. They like their culture. They protect their culture. Right. So, anyway, I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, well.
Now, is there any way, let's see. Did you want to read this one?
Yes, okay. So, CDC issues alert after potentially deadly bacteria detected in the U.S. for the first time. CDC issued a warning Wednesday after a potentially deadly bacteria was found in the Gulf Coast region of Mississippi near the homes of 2 people who were hospitalized after becoming sick. Why it matters. It's the first time the bacterium Burkholderia pseudomallei has been detected in water and soil samples in the U.S., according to the CDC's health alert. This bacterium causes a rare and serious disease called melioidosis. Okay, so here's why I'm interested. The big picture. Melioidosis. Forgive me, guys. You know the word, okay? Also
melioidosis.
It's melioidosis.
Melioidosis, also known as Whitmore's disease, is highly endemic in places such as Thailand and northern Australia, but most healthy people who come into contact with the bacteria don't develop the disease, the CDC notes. The most common underlying conditions that make a person more likely to become sick with or die from melioidosis include diabetes, excessive alcohol use, chronic lung disease, chronic kidney disease, and
immunosuppressive conditions, okay, which we are seeing a rise of, which they have said directly is a result of the jabs, is that your immune system is not as strong as it used to be. So now we have all these people with these new immunosuppressant, like immuno disorders.
That's right.
All right. And so now we have kind of a perfect, a perfect scenario, if you will, for this to become rampant, and you can't directly
You
blame
mean there's
it on
another
anything.
Front of attack of a biological...
well, I'm saying there's a path. Whether or not they will take it, I don't know, but there's a path where you could see that this could potentially be an issue.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
Sorry, I'm wiggling so much. My back is...
I have to use the bathroom so bad. I'm probably going to have to take a break. Media backs Biden recession denial.
Oh, here we go.
Chief White House correspondent James Rosen is live on the North Lawn with the latest. James.
Katrina and Bob, good afternoon to you. In his first on-camera remarks after the release this morning of this new federal data showing that the U.S. economy has now contracted, has posted negative growth for 2 consecutive quarters, the president once again cited the strong areas of the United States economic performance, mainly the job markets and also foreign investment, to say, as he put it, and I quote him now, "That doesn't sound like a recession to me," unquote.
Both Chairman Powell and many of the significant banking personnel and economists say we're not in a recession. But let me just give you what the facts are in terms of the state of the economy. Number one, we have a record job market of record unemployment of 3.6% today. We've created 9 million new jobs.
As if to downplay the significance of today's dismal GDP numbers, the president spent the bulk of his remarks applauding this new compromise that's been announced between Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and centrist Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia on a scaled-down version of the administration's climate and social spending proposals. The measure is aimed at cutting prescription drug costs and shoring up subsidies for Obamacare enrollees, while slashing greenhouse gas emissions and the federal deficit, chiefly by imposing a 15% minimum corporate tax on Fortune 500 companies. And the president acknowledged that this compromise was, as he put it, far from perfect, even as he urged lawmakers to enact it by week's end.
I know the compromise on the inflation bill doesn't include everything that I've been pushing for since I got to office. For example, I'm going to keep fighting in the future to bring down the cost of things for working families and middle-class families that matter by providing for affordable and accessible things like affordable child care, affordable elder care, preschool, the cost of preschool, housing, keeping students with the helping students with the cost of college, closing the health care coverage gap.
That amounted, in effect, to a laundry list of all the domestic spending items that the Biden administration had been proposing for over a year and remain at this point unfulfilled and likely will remain unfulfilled as we approach the November midterm elections. We will hear again from the president just a few minutes from now when he confers with members of his economic team and leading CEOs in an event at the South Court Auditorium of the Eisenhower Executive Office Building, expecting that meeting to take place around 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Bob and Katrina.
All right, James, thank you, sir.
Hey, guys, it's Rob Carson. I want to...
All right. So, anyway, there's that for you. You know, Tyrannicide says the rainbow is quite literally the Ark of the Covenant. If I may reference Genesis 9:16, it conceals the tree of life and the fact we are manifested into a multidimensional realm. You know, it's really interesting you say that because we have, hold on. So sorry. Oh, it's somewhere in here, I think. Well, anyway, if not, we can pull it up. But we got an article on the Ark of the Covenant.
Really?
Well, we did.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. No, keep going.
No.
Well, it didn't get open then. Darn it. Oh, well.
It did.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, 5-year-old in a Chucky costume terrorizes unsuspecting people in an Alabama neighborhood. What do y'all think of this? Does a 5-year-old just dress up as Chucky by themselves and roam the streets?
Not safe for, you know what I mean. Minute Detail, what's up, man?
There are some things in life that require a double take. For Kendra Walden, it was seeing what appeared to be a Chucky doll come to life walking down the street in an Alabama neighborhood. The 31-year-old in Albertville, Alabama, was in a car with 2 other women when she first spotted a life-sized version of the murderous doll from the 1988 horror film Child's Play.
Nope.
Yeah. I was remodeling a house in the area, and me and some employees were headed home from that house, Walden told Today parents. Walden said she thought she was hallucinating.
Nope.
When we got closer to him, we saw that it was real. She said it scared the heck out of us. Walden told Today that everyone in the car was screaming like little kids. My brother Zach, who is a Marine, was working on this house the day before. His biggest fear in the entire world is Chucky, so he would have died on the spot. Oh my gosh. So hold on, let's see. When we circled back around, the boy had his mask off, but quickly popped it back on and crossed the street after we passed. We turned around again, and that's when we got the photos. Let's see here. Dear parents of the little boy in the Chucky costume in Pinson, Walden captioned the photos, "Get your kid. I almost had a heart attack."
Dragon Slayer, bro. I recognized your profile picture, man.
That's hilarious.
No, dude, this is, you know, you see those really realistic where suits people can get in and dress up like a dinosaur. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
They're like crazy.
I've been the dinosaur.
Man, I am not messing around. Do not chase me. Okay? You can't just be, you go find out the hard way.
That's right.
Mess around, find out.
This is what happens when there's not a Chucky movie at least every few years, one commenter wrote. He takes to the streets. I literally would die. Hello. The mother, there we go. Here's the bread and butter. The mother of the child eventually commented on our post, and after looking at her photos, we knew it was her son. While most people are getting a laugh from Chucky's Alabama Adventure, Walden said not everyone has been so kind. So many people have laughed alongside of us with my post, but some others have posted really rude things regarding him crossing the street alone and so forth. He did cross the street alone, but he looked both ways and made sure we were stopped before crossing. It's sad to see so many people come out at his mother for allowing her child to have some fun with his grandmother close by and watching it all. Anyway, and they say, I wish everyone would be more positive, but, you know.
Be more positive. I agree with you, Kelly. Kelly says, 5-year-olds shouldn't be watching Child's Play, let alone dressing and acting like Chucky.
Right.
Okay.
And is this the time that we really want to be letting our kid roam the streets alone, let alone dressed as a murderous doll, you know?
Peter Van Noort. Brother, what's up, man? Good to see you. I should have said Peter Van Noort.
LOL.
But I feel like it's almost Norwegian. Where in Europe are you from, bro? You gotta let me know.
Amber says, remember when clowns were randomly chasing people years back? Yeah,
that's right. I remember
do.
that. Yeah, I clearly remember
It doesn't
that.
feel like years back, but it was.
GDP fell 0.9% in the second quarter, the second straight decline, and a strong recession signal. Okay, in the news. The housing slowdown is here. The big picture. Okay, the housing slowdown we've been anticipating for months is here. The big picture, home sales are slowing down in some of the pandemic's era hottest Zoom towns, sleepy areas where remote workers pushed up real estate prices are already seeing price drops. Why it matters, the idea of a real estate downturn might seem scary, especially if you lived through the last one, but with home prices at record highs, this was a market overdue for cooling off. So it needed to chill.
That's right.
What's happening? Activity in the housing sector has weakened, is how Fed Chair Jerome Powell put Wednesday at a press conference announcing another 0.75 percentage point rate hike. Oofda.
Yep, coming down. Farmers War, yeah, that's definitely so going
The
on.
Netherlands.
Can I reference this? We don't have to bring it up, but
Yes.
because of the comment. Okay, so we don't have to bring this article up. But
No,
if
here,
you're
if you send it to me, I
it's
get it.
it's on Facebook.
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, scroll up. There it is.
I had it and it's gone.
I know. I don't know why it didn't. So just interesting. So look, a church in Ethiopia claims to possess the Ark of the Covenant. Now, interestingly enough, I know somebody that's very near and dear to me that thinks that the Oak, what is that? What's that island?
Oak Island.
Oak Island. That the Ark of the Covenant might actually be in Oak Island, which would make sense to me because if they found it, you know, the whole world would see type deal.
I thought it was being guarded by some. I just thought it was being.
You might be right. Is it? I don't remember quite off the top of my head now. So anyway, but I'm going to read this article. According to the Bible, the Ark of the Covenant contains 2 stone tablets with the inscription of the 10 Commandments. The Ark is described as a wooden chest with a lid. The Ark is covered in pure gold. It is one of the most sacred biblical relics. The relic has never been found, although it has been the object of myths, controversies, and Hollywood movies. There has been one serious claim made about the whereabouts of the Ark. For centuries, Ethiopia's Orthodox Christians have claimed that the Ark of the Covenant is being held in a chapel at the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Aksum, northern Ethiopia. The Church of St. Mary of Zion was originally built in the 4th century AD. It has been rebuilt several times since then, and there's a chapel on the ground that is said to hold the Ark. The story behind the Ark's presence in Ethiopia starts with the Ethiopian Emperor Menelik. Menelik was the first emperor of Ethiopia, ruled from 975 to 950 BC, and claimed to be the son of the biblical king Solomon and the queen of Sheba. According to legend, King Solomon gifted the Ark of the Covenant to his son Menelik the First. Another version of the legend is the Ark was stolen by Menelik the First and taken to Ethiopia. The current status of the Ark in Ethiopia is that no one is allowed to see it except for the guardian. The chapel holding the Ark is kept off limits to all other people. There is no way to confirm the authenticity of the Ark. Some historians have claimed that the Ark in Ethiopia is a worthless relic. A few people have claimed that they have seen the Ethiopian Ark and that it is a simple wooden box that is empty inside. As for Ethiopia's Orthodox Christians, they still believe that it is the genuine Ark of the Covenant. So, just an interesting little tidbit. What do y'all think of that?
Thanks, Indiana Jones.
That's right. That looks just like Indiana Jones. I have to catch up on chat. Hold on. I had a Gacy painting. Yeah. That's where it brought me bad luck. Oof.
The Woke Brigade and Plant-Based Food Army are now claiming that cows emit more pollution than cars. Well, if you believe that, I'll make a deal with you. You lock yourself in a garage with a running car overnight, I'll do the same with a cow, and we will discuss it in the morning.
That's right.
Sleep on it.
That's right.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that, okay? Don't ever do that, guys. It's a joke. All right.
Cows are stinky, too.
But you will die if you get into a garage overnight with a running car.
Make sure you understand.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't know who needs to hear it, but I got to say it. New phase of matter opens portal to extra time dimension. Isn't that so convenient, guys?
And we get told we're clickbaity.
And we get told that that there's no more daylight savings time and that we just had the shortest day of the forever.
Yeah, we just set our new record for the shortest day.
You hear what I'm saying right now, guys? So CERN pops off July 5th, 13.6 gigajoules or whatever, okay? And now we're talking about a new phase of matter. So that's like being somewhere but not.
Right.
Being out of phase.
Well, I'm gonna say if there's not a parallel portal opened up right now, then I call clickbait.
Physicists have devised a mind-bending error correction technique that could dramatically boost the performance of quantum computers. See, I just said the quantum word,
so
and here it is. See, because the phase thing. See, because quantum means that it can be 1 and 0 in a superposition. Okay. So phase means like the Garden of Eden is where it always was, but that doesn't mean you can see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just out of phase.
Right.
It's in another extra dimension of time that physicists are now saying that they're devising.
Right.
But really we just kind of discovering. And now they're telling you about it, but they've been doing it since like the 80s.
An error correction technique that feels like an accountant making in what did Skylar call it in Breaking Bad? She just puts in a random number to make all the numbers work at the end of the month.
13.6.
That's my error correction number.
When the ancient Incas wanted to archive tax and census records, they used a device made up of a number of strings called quipu, which encoded the data in knots. Fast forward several hundred years, and physicists are on their way to developing a far more sophisticated modern equivalent.
Their
quipu is a new phase of matter created within a quantum computer. Okay. Have y'all ever seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with that giant AI thing?
Yeah.
Y'all, you've been watching too much TV. Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's all happening.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Remember in the 90s when parents were just working all the time and kids were on TV? Well, here we are.
Their strings are atoms, and the knots are generated by patterns of laser pulses that effectively open a second freaking dimension, guys.
Of time, and that's where the Demogorgon is.
No, well,
oh, no, sorry, my bad. Wrong movie.
Doctor Who level stuff here. This isn't quite as incomprehensible as it first appears. If this dumb redneck can read this article, you guys can help me out. You know what I mean? Whatever I can't pronounce, you guys can help. You know how to type it in a ways.
That's right.
The new phase is one of many within a family of so-called topological phases, which were first identified in the 1980s. This is exactly what I just told you. I just said this. These materials display order not on the basis of how they're constituents are arranged like the regular spacing of atoms in a crystal, but on their dynamic motions and interactions, creating a new topological phase. That is, a new phase of matter. Is as simple as applying novel combinations of electromagnetic fields and laser pulses to bring order or symmetry, which you should go look up the music video for Symmetry. They filmed it at CERN. It's rather telling. We should probably look that up. To the motions and states of a substance atoms, which is no big deal. Okay? Okay? Is as simple as applying novel combinations of electromagnetic fields and laser pulses to bring order or symmetry. Okay? They totally didn't come up with this.
The motions and states of a substance atoms.
Wait. Don't wait. I'm sorry. I have to show you guys Symmetry. Please tell me the music video isn't taken down. Come on, spell. Symmetry. There we go. Symmetry.
Symmetry.
All right. This was 6 years ago, and it's filmed at CERN. And what are we talking about here? Quantum computers. Okay. We're talking about extra time dimension. Okay. New phase of matter. What are they looking for? Dark matter. Opens portal. What does everyone accuse CERN of doing? And then what else are they talking about in this article? Huh? They're talking about symmetry.
Right.
Let's just watch this. This is called Symmetry. It says CERN, dance, opera, film, official trailer. Okay, this came out in 2016, 6 years ago. All right, 6 years ago. 6 years later, July, boom, they did the thing. Anyway, I'm showing it to you now. In the search for the smallest particle, pay attention to all the little symbols and whatnot. He discovers a dance of the cosmos. Who else is dancing? Sheba, who they also have a statue of, who's the goddess of destruction.
And look, here's a star.
The barren wasteland. There's this figure. If you notice, this figure with the dark cloak is also has their hand on the. So look, okay, wait, just wait. So he closed his eyes there, and then he was in the barren wasteland.
Right.
You see? So you got to see. He closes his eyes here.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Close my eyes.
And then they close their eyes. Okay? Now he's there with this hand. Okay? Now he's back here. Right? Time on his watch. What were we just talking about in this article? Okay? Time on his watch stopped. Now you tell me, where is he? Is he there? Is he dancing here in CERN? What's going on here?
He's in the Matrix.
This is, I mean, see, and these people filmed this at CERN. Symbolically, you can see that they're telling you a lot here.
Right.
Okay.
A minute detail. What?
And they call it symmetry. You just watched Symmetry, okay? Now we go back to the article, all right? And they say that this phase of matter is as simple as applying novel combinations of electromagnetic fields, laser pulses to bring order or symmetry to the motions and states of substances, atoms, such as symmetries can exist in time rather than space. For example, in induced repetitive motions, time symmetries can be difficult to see directly but can be revealed mathematically by imagining the real world material as a lower dimensional projection from a hypothetical higher dimensional space, similar to how a two-dimensional hologram is a lower dimensional projection of a three-dimensional object. You see?
But they can't believe in God.
Okay, I guess we'll get out of here.
Jesus is a leap.
We'll get out.
Anyway.
You guys, I hope some of you can see and go do more of your own research of some of this.
I feel like the dude in whatever movie where I feel like I'm just playing with mashed potatoes. Like, this is important. I don't know why, but this is important.
This is important. Okay, hey y'all, they canceled the Cybertruck. This is a really great channel, Scotty Kilmore. I'm sure you guys know about Kilmer.
Rev up your engine!
Well, Tesla's starting to refund Cybertruck reservations. Looks like maybe they weren't making as many, or maybe not even making any. Who knows, right? The reservations were only $100 a pop, but they took $120 million worth of reservations. Now, they're starting in Australia. They're saying, hey, you can get your money back from us now. Kind of shows he's saying that, oh, well, I'm not going to sell them in Australia. Who knows if we'll be selling them anywhere. But the fact that they're giving money back already on something that they haven't even built yet to the people in Australia, to me it kind of might be the tip of the iceberg here. Recession comes flying in. I think people are going to be buying these weirdo little electric trucks. At least in Australia, you can get your money back from the reservation now, because they say, oh, we're not going to sell them in Australia. And it turns out that Australia was their third biggest market. Doesn't bode all that well for the Cybertruck. Maybe it's like cyborgs too, you know? If you're into science fiction, yes, cyborgs, part man, part robot, right? Well, maybe that'll never come to fruition, and maybe the Cybertruck won't either. Allie Stewart says, I got a 2010 Honda Accord. Sometimes I shift into drive when the car's been driven the other day. It jerks when I put it in drive.
Anyway, I just wanted to get that out there to
Wait
you.
a minute. I think Elon Musk is like the biggest swindling lion.
Ooh, isn't he, boy?
Oh my gosh. Okay, listen to me. He did the not flamethrower, right? But he only did like 5,000 or something like that. I think he just needed enough money for something. I don't know what. He just needed enough money for something, all right? And that got it.
Well,
then, hold on, I'm not done. Then he does this whole little Cybertruck thing, right? Okay, so he takes $100 from people in orders, and what did he say? Like $1.2 million in Australia alone. He needed money for something. What was it? And now he's backing out. So now he's made a little bit of money, and he's like, okay, I'll start incrementally repaying all these investors who didn't know they were investing in something else. And okay, he just did this whole thing with Twatter, where, you know, he's like, oh yeah, $44 million, I'll buy your Twatter, and then he's like, but you got to tell me about all your fakeries and your lies and stuff, and they're like, no, we don't want to, and then he's like, okay, well then maybe I don't want to do the deal after all, so he backed out again. So I'm just saying, he's a backer-outer. Like, he's got all these kids because he saves the pullout for, like, his business, I guess.
Oh, that's a good one. That was good.
Sorry.
Oh, that's probably, I don't know. Anyway.
That's not ladylike.
They're canceling the Cybertruck, y'all, so I hope you didn't...
That makes me sad. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you, Elon.
Well, I mean, Tesla armor glass. Armor glass. So they call it like, yeah, we did something to armor it. Boom. You know what I mean? Okay. So he is a bit of a sham, okay? But that, don't take it lightly. Starlink is up and going. SpaceX is still a thing. Teslas are crazy, crazy, crazy popular. These poor saps that buy Teslas don't even know. They act so snobby, like they have the cooler version of a Mercedes or something. But little do they know that these batteries, if they are not taking care of these batteries, not only are they tearing up our electrical infrastructure, but they're drain on the electrical infrastructure. Also, their batteries will not live. 7 years, you won't get half the distance that it's sold for. And these cars are going to turn over on everybody because nobody's going to want a car-sized golf cart, which is what it's going to turn into in 3 or 4 years.
When they have totally, like, autonomous self-driving taxis, like public service transport, no one will own a vehicle. It'll make sense because insurance for owning a vehicle is so expensive now. And gas is so expensive, and you can't afford the electric bill or have the energy to charge it anyway, right? So then everybody is literally just forced into these giving up your car and doing this whole public transportation thing, you know, which is not really, it's kind of public, but it's kind of private, you know, because it's the whole self-automate. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, those self-driving taxis are coming, y'all.
That's right.
This is Boots on the Ground with Southern Prepper 1. I don't have anything special about this episode to point out, but, you know, if you're looking for updates about on-the-ground reports from different companies of employees that work all over the country and abroad, you should definitely check out Southern Prepper 1, y'all, and let him know I sent you there.
That's right.
You know, Unspecified Podcast, Brofist. Anyway, switching gears. No.
This is a joke. Cockroaches don't make milk.
The eat the bugs propaganda is relentless.
Yeah.
Scientists say that cockroach milk is 3 times more nutritious than cow's milk. I don't give not a dead gum.
Do you know
Dude,
what Whoopi
y'all,
Goldberg
I'm
did
gonna
the
have
other
to
day?
break the rules of my local county parish. Okay, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give me a cow. They got little cows. Kelly said they got little cows.
That's right.
They got. I'm gonna give me some
little baby fluffy cows.
little baby cows. Okay.
I don't like scientists, turns out. And then you know what else is frustrating? Like like they would sit here and question the only you know what I mean? Like they would sit here and question God, but I every day I'm finding articles that are like, oh, we found something in the ocean that rewrites history. Oh, we found something in a cloud that rewrites history. Oh, guys, we found a rock in Australia, totally rewrites history. I'm just saying, my Bible.
History for us don't change.
Yeah, like
that's
my
right.
Bible hasn't changed.
Yeah, you guys are catching up, man. You know.
Anyway.
Get it off the screen. Get it off the screen.
I don't mean that to sound proud. But.
And prayers for Kentucky, y'all. Prayers for our brothers and
yes.
sisters in Kentucky. Some massive flooding in Kentucky. I got a lot of sympathy. My heart goes out, especially to weather, floods, because, boy, did we experience some high water during the hurricane.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
we often experience high
That's
water.
right.
I mean, it could just about rain too hard, and we're going to be experiencing some flash flood type stuff. So prayers for all these folks. The floodwaters washed away homes, roads, and bridges, and inundated schools. Kentucky's governor expanded a state of emergency declaration and said the death toll was likely to increase. So prayers for those and those all over the world who are, because there's definitely, I mean, in my opinion, there's a lot going on, y'all.
There
War,
certainly is.
floods, droughts, famines,
Yep.
And watch out because they devise and they're trying to do everything they can to exacerbate, cause it more quickly. They're working on it. Bill and Klaus and his team.
Yeah.
What's the one? I mean, every time they get discovered, they dive back down. Who's someone
That's
you
right.
ain't talked about in a while? A Rothschild.
That's
Who's
right.
someone else you ain't talked about in a while? Clinton.
But-
Who's someone else you haven't talked about in a while? Soros.
Yeah, that's right. But I'll tell you, like, with all the chaos that's come, like, it's easier than ever to find prepping friends. I mean, we all but wear it on a plate when we go anywhere. Look at somebody's shopping cart. You could tell if you're like-minded.
Right. Green propane bottles, peanut butter. You know what I mean?
And so, anyway, just, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. It's late, y'all.
I'm reading chat. I'm sorry. I'm reading all
you're
this.
good.
Let's see here.
Sorry.
Minute detail. Bro, Dragon Slayer, I modded your other channel in here just so that you were aware of that. Switching gears. North Korea's Kim says ready to mobilize nuclear weapons. Okay. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said his country was ready to mobilize its nuclear deterrent in any future military clash with the United States and South Korea, state media said Thursday. Washington and Seoul have reportedly warned that Pyongyang is preparing to carry out its 7th nuclear test, a move that the United States has warned would provoke a swift and forceful response. What do you think about that, y'all? We're hollering at North Korea that we're going to give them a swift and forceful response if they do another nuclear test. Okay, we're about to pop off. It looks like in Taiwan, Nancy's got to go over there for some reason. She's got to earn her stripes or whatever. Let me see if I can drag this over here. So really, we need prayers because we're gonna have wars and rumors of wars. Let me get this going. Nancy over here is so China and U.S. deploy naval strike groups as Taiwan holds massive military. Guys, if I was a bet man, I'd say the South China Sea is about to get real busy, real hot.
Yeah.
Real hot, like quick, like.
Hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too. I pray that cooler heads can prevail here.
That's right. That's
Washington, but there's this all planned out, and that if you they cannon fodder. That's how they see everyone in between. Everyone in between, from the soldier to the nurse to the medic to everybody, children. Okay. In Kim's latest speech to mark the armistice that ended fighting in Korean War, known as Victory Day in the North, he said the country's armed forces were thoroughly prepared for any crisis. Our country's nuclear war deterrent is also ready to mobilize its absolute power faithfully, accurately, and promptly in accordance with its mission, Kim said in a speech on Wednesday, according to Pyongyang's official Korean Central News Agency. But at the same time, we have this guy, Sleepy Joe, at the helm.
Right.
Okay, with Kamala and Nancy, Fancy Nancy. Okay, she's getting her trading going on. She's getting her, her husband's running into folks.
Right. Well.
So our country needs prayers and guidance and leadership. And don't worry, it's coming, okay? There's going to be a serious, massive shift. And they know that, which is why they are, what?
A Minute Detail says, is Pelosi about to vanish? Easy way to get out of insider trading investigations.
Run to Taiwan.
No,
I wouldn't want to be in Taiwan right now, though. Scientists ask for public's help after discovering mysterious holes on Atlantic seafloor. The discovery was made during the voyage to the Ridge 2022 expedition, in which scientists are exploring poorly understood deep water areas. See, there's these little vents. They go outside to the other side of the matrix. See what I'm saying? That's where the water...
holes in the Atlantic Ocean floor and asked internet users to offer their theories as to how these holes were formed. Taking to Facebook, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said they really have no idea what's going on. No, I'm just kidding. Posted photos of the underwater formation. They informed that perfectly aligned holes were discovered on Saturday and have been previously reported from the region. They found the unique indentations as part of the voyage to the Ridge 2022. The 3 telepresence-enabled ocean exploration expeditions on the NOAA ship Okeanos Explorer. Okay, my theory is there's some sort of like sea snake or worm or something like that, but I don't know. They do look like perforated holes, huh?
Yeah, that's just a leak into the back rooms.
LOL.
Yeah, that's all that is. If the primate pox spreads through sexual contact, is it an STD?
Yeah, well, kids are getting it, so that's concerning.
For most of the 6 decades that the primate pox has been known to affect people, it was not known as a disease that spreads through sex. Now that has changed. The current outbreak is by far the biggest involving the virus, and it's been designated a global emergency. So far, officials say all evidence indicates that the disease has spread mainly through networks of men who have sex with men.
Well, if you got to put it like that,
it clearly is spreading as an STI or sexually transmitted infection. At this point, said Dr. Tom Inglesby, director of the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. To protect the people at highest risk while trying to contain the spread, public health agencies are focusing their attention on those men and attacking the virus based on how it's behaving now. Okay. On Wednesday, the head of the World Health Organization advised men at risk for the primate pox to consider reducing their sexual partners for the moment.
Wow.
Boys, go ahead and put a pause on that. But this is a complicated outbreak that may shift in how it spreads and which population groups are most affected. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that if this is something that specifically targets that, I'm sorry, my conspiratorial mind tells me that the elites can't seem to get the gays to activate. So if they feel threatened, perhaps they'll activate for their rights or something.
Didn't Fauci get his...
Did the Supreme Court rule already on the gay marriage rights stuff?
Well, it was supposed to be legally redefined. What was a gay marriage was supposed to be legally defined, because you have, if you have non-binary and trans and cis and, all the different genders and all this, that, and the other, gay can kind of just get lost in the shuffle. Like, what is that?
But this is a complicated outbreak that may shift in how it spreads and which population groups are most affected. There is also debate about whether the primate pox should be called a sexually transmitted disease, with some critics complaining that the term creates a stigma and could be used to vilify gay and bisexual men, which... Oh, I'm sorry. You mean the natural process of shame? Because they're probably... yeah.
It would just be like, well, you're sick,
Primate pox can spread in non-sexual ways too, and it's not enough to use condoms or other typical measures for stopping STDs. Inglesby and others experts say, here's what we know. What makes something an STD? A sexually transmitted disease is commonly defined as one that mainly spreads through sexual contact, but some STDs can be spread in other ways too. HIV can spread through shared needles. Syphilis can spread through kissing. A common parasite caused sexual infection called trichomoniasis. Oh, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Has been found to spread through the sharing of damp, moist objects like sponge or towels. I'm done with this one. But, prayers and definitely, man. I'm in it on this one. Changing gears. Inside TikTok's attempt to downplay the China Association.
That's right.
Leaked documents detail what TikTok tells the media and what it doesn't. Ooh. Leaked documents from within TikTok reveal how the company games out responses to tricky questions and highlight what the company thinks its biggest public perception problems are. Chief among them, China. The PR documents which Gizmodo obtained from within the company are titled TikTok Master Messaging and TikTok Key Messages. Both are explanations of press talking points in English and include a version translated into a European language. Gizmodo is not naming the language to protect the sourcing of the document. The larger of the two, the 53-page TikTok Master Messaging document, outlines key messages the company wants to present to the public. The dossier version history shows it was last updated in August 2021, but had been consistently altered since it was created in March 2020. Right near the top of the list, downplay the parent company ByteDance, downplay the China Association, downplay AI. All three bullet points are the second, third, and fourth lines of the document, second only to emphasize TikTok as brand platform. Further down, the company advises its employees to stress that though young people love TikTok, the app is only for users aged 13 and over. The documents are influential even beyond TikTok's responses to everyday news stories. Language similar to what's in them appeared in a TikTok executive's testimony before the United Kingdom's Parliament, and in the company's letter to United States senators. TikTok declined to answer questions about the leaked materials.
Wow. I don't know. I still haven't broken down and ever gotten a TikTok. And now the more that comes out, I'm like, well, I'm not going to now. Shoot.
The Chinese link is a known issue for TikTok PR. An FCC commissioner asked Apple and Google to remove it from their app stores over the connection in late June. And it comes up frequently across both documents in the 15-page TikTok key message document, which was created in February 2021. TikTok's public relations people are given sound bites to address any questions about China ByteDance ownership. The sound bite include: there's a lot of misinformation about TikTok right now. The reality is that TikTok app isn't even available in China. TikTok used this talking point when responding to the BBC.
Yeah, just because it's not available to their own people doesn't mean they're not using it against, Oh,
Absolutely. Minute detail.
Oh. Yeah.
Trojan horse. We have not and will not share user data with the Chinese government and would not do so if asked. TikTok used this one in response to BuzzFeed. We have a number of measures in place to significantly reduce access to user data, and we continue to build those out. TikTok published this talking point on its own blog. The document goes to provide proof points for TikTok PRs to take, including: TikTok is a global company. The TikTok app doesn't even operate in China. TikTok is highly localized in its experience and operations, which means has a lot of independence in the day-to-day operation of the platform. Anyhoozle, you know it's a Trojan horse.
Right.
You know it's a Trojan horse, right?
Laughter is not worth your security.
When you start feeling it.
Privacy.
Millions of Americans have used Paxlovid, Paxlovid.
Yeah, I'm
I
with
tell
you.
What, I think I used it.
I'm on drugs!
Again, it's free, safe, and easy to take. And if you need it, Paxlovid is ready right then and there.
The more you know.
I used it.
Okay. What else is going on? What's going on with you guys, man? How are you guys doing? Are you guys doing the things? Are you what are you working on? What are your projects? Growing food, doing something?
But I started thinking about it.
So sorry.
Okay.
Just as a, somebody who's raised a middle-class kid. One year, even though you didn't have the job you have now, even though you didn't get a raise that year, the difference between having a job, having a 5% raise or whatever, 3, 5, 7, whatever it happens to be, in the face of inflation, price at the pump, although that's down every day so far. But, it's like, whoa, I feel worse off. But then again, I didn't get a check for $8,000 from the government. They just, among other things. Does that make any sense to anybody, or is it just me?
No. Everyone in that room.
Does that make any sense to anybody?
For every mystery, there is someone, somewhere, who knows the truth. Perhaps it's you.
Perhaps it's you.
That's the best.
Who does he think is getting $8,000?
I want $8,000.
Who is that? Who is getting that? The silver linings of a recession, lower inflation, and greener energy are worth the price of a short downturn. No. We're not in a recession. We're in a transition in which growth is slowing. Klondike's Choco Taco canceled by woke mob. What? After almost 40 years. No more Choco Tacos.
That stinks. Why?
A representative for the brand confirmed to People that due to recent allegations of cultural appropriation, the Choco Taco is no more.
Who was the Choco Taco offending?
It is no more. Academy of Breastfeeding Medicine advising hospitals to use term father's milk. Disgusting. What's going on, guys? What's really going on? And lactating person. Father's milk and lactating person instead of nursing mother. Because it's more gender inclusive.
I would be offended if somebody came in and said, "There's a lactating that's weird. Stop it. Don't call me that. It's weird."
Napping regularly linked to high blood pressure and stroke study finds.
Don't look at me. I barely ever get to nap. I resent your eyeballs.
I did not. I did not.
I did not.
Eat or pass. Cookies with a dash of cricket powder. Pass, dude. Quit it. I don't want none of your stuff.
This wasn't even like a...
No bugs. No bugs.
Let me consider it for a second. Like, was this meant to... Was the title supposed to, like... Well, you know, I was gonna say pass, but since you asked, maybe I should think about it.
Disgusting. Two decades of Alzheimer's research was based on deliberate fraud by two scientists that has cost billions of dollars and millions of lives.
I'm still laughing at Tyrannocycle. F Choco Taco. That's right. No, that makes me sad.
Choco Tacos are 1/10 the size they used to be, and they charge 3 times more. F Choco Taco.
You science.
That's right. I share that sentiment. How do you just make more tabs appear when there's not more tabs?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I just do things. Okay.
What else you got?
What else you got?
What else you got?
Oh yeah, take that. What else you got? All right, what's up, guys? That's all the articles we've got. It's the end of the evening. Rounding out.
Chocolate is too it's too cis. I don't know the terminology. So they're gonna need to say flavored.
Wait, stateist or cis?
I don't know.
What's wrong with chocolate?
Nothing, but
it's made from the precious cocoa.
What if it doesn't identify as chocolate?
Not the cocoa
What if it
leaf.
only tastes like
Cocoa.
chocolate and identifies as strawberry?
Not the Choco Taco.
That's right. I'm
Trust
with
the
you,
science. It's probably already in our food. No, don't say that, J-Love. No.
But it probably is.
That's the stash. Come on, man. It is probably, though.
You know it's true.
It probably is. Once you find out that, like, you know, Skittles has titanium, you know, crap in it.
All the frozen food.
We got a troll. Hot doggone, we got a troll.
They used to poison you. Well, hey, at least it's only
So here's the deal. I want to say thank you to all my friends out there. Brooklyn, have a good night. Unspecified V, Dragon Slayer, J-Tree, Amber, everybody.
Oh, yeah,
Kelly.
Cheryl, we were talking about that, the last time we went live, we were talking about that in the Euphrates River drying up.
That's right. That's what we talked about last time we went live.
Yep. That is a great point, though.
Please smash the like, guys, and share us out with a friend, a like-minded Facebook group or something. That would just be an absolute blessing. Anywhere you could share us out. Yeah, absolutely.
J-Love, yep, we did an episode on that, too. I just noticed another product today, as a matter of fact. I was like, these
You gotta be careful. You gotta read the boxes.
Yeah.
You can't just be trusted. Really, we need to be...
Contains biochemically engineered ingredients. It's crazy.
Farmers market.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Fresh food, gardens. You know? It's time to reject modern identity, to embrace tradition.
Yep.
Because if you go with modern identity here pretty soon, they're going to take things down, problem, reaction, solution, so that they can be the saviors. Right. Okay, implement a new system. Okay, they want to take out the old system. All right, and a lot of us aren't going to want to go along with this.
That's right. I wish I had the phone, but like, it's something about, you know, you've seen something where they've somehow managed to normalize or, you know, alienate coughing, sneezing, and a cold, and normalize blood clots, heart attacks, and adults dying suddenly.
I want to eat some of that celeb meat. No, man, don't do it, Joe. Dude, it's disgusting, man. It's terrible. Great and fun stream, guys. Thank you for your time. Stay always blessed, and peace of our Lord be with you all. One love, one justice, one creator. Amen to that, dude. Bro Fist, Ty ran aside. Mama T, thank you. Order out of chaos. That's exactly right. But be not dismayed, guys. Have encouragement, okay? That the Lord, fear not. The Lord your God is a strong fortress, and He is with you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And you can ask Him for His presence, and He will be there. Wherever 2 or more of you are gathered, He is there in His name. Okay?
Yep.
Ask Him to hide you into His pavilion. Okay? Ask for His Holy Spirit to cover you and to give you peace. You know, and His peace is unlike anything that we can comprehend.
Truly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And we really need it in these days, and we really need to try and, you know, show some love, and I need to do better at that. You know what I mean? We, you know, like I said earlier, with the windshield and thinking you're in your own little bubble. You know what I mean? It's real easy to be selfish. You know what I mean? But hey, we ain't got to be in a hurry.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
If you're in that much of a hurry, maybe leave a little earlier.
That's right. That's right. And we should be on top of our stuff. You know what I mean? We should try to be on top of our, you know, which, you know, we fall victim to that. We can't talk. I mean, we always run late and trying, you know. But when you get out on the road, I know that, you know, I pray for a path. I pray for the Lord to bless the people on my path. And then I get rid of my rush. Because regardless of how fast I try to speed in traffic, you know, people have done tests. We're not Formula One race cars on a Formula One racetrack. If you're late, you're late.
Right, that's right.
Calm down, take your time, save the gas. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Peter Van Nort, Bro Fist, Mama T, everybody, we love you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I look forward to hanging out with you guys next time. Please share us out. Please share us out to your friends and family, like-minded individuals. Yeah, on to the next one.
That's right.
On to the next one, guys. We'll see you next time. We love you. Leave us a comment if you have any ideas or anything.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yep.
Love to hear from you. Email address and everything is down below. We're also on Gab and Odyssey. Check us out there. And, hey, you guys take care. Be about your business. Please pray for us. We'll keep you in our prayers. And until next time, guys, we will see you